are you ready to sell to an extra 2 billion people on the planet that are now going to be connected in the next couple of years? Hey, I'm John Harris, and welcome to another episode of Exponential Radio. We're chatting about access to the internet and it being available to everybody. So this is a really big deal for businesses going forward. So by 2025, over 90% of the population will be connected to the internet. That's only like 2 years away. Well, end of this year, end of next year. And that's maybe, 7 billion people thereabouts. And it's not just developing nations, it's going to be all nations. Not developed, should I say, but also developing nations. So it's a huge opportunity. The question is your business set up to capture some of that market? Remember, you need to be aiming now forward. You can't be where you are now and hope in a year or two that you'll be in the right place, because you won't. So if you're going to be doing something technical for this extra 2 billion that's coming on, what are their needs? What's in their mind? What's top of most of their mind? What are the problems they're going to be facing that you can maybe address and become part of that? And with the idea of being able to hit that position that you want to be in that 2-year mark, the 1 to 2 year mark. So it's a huge opportunity, and it needs to really be harnessed. There's always positives and negatives for all of these things, obviously, with the internet, the dark web, etc., etc. But let's just chat about some of the positives. It's obviously, there's more economic activity, obviously, through the internet. People are being able to participate much more. It's giving participation to people that perhaps don't have countries with the infrastructure that they need to participate in the world economy, but they can do it online. It's very big, going to be a huge improvement in education, especially AR, GR. We've spoken about these things, how powerful they can be as far as education goes, health, wearables, nanotech, genomics, etc., etc. And governance, the services that governments can provide will be a lot more accessible. So your presence overall is obviously increasing. You've got your website, etc. You've got your social presence now. So those are some of the positive things. A few more, obviously, skills and employment. So you can up your skills yourself. There are a lot of training programs of very good value that are going to give you better opportunities as far as employment's concerned. There's a whole industry, as mentioned, on e-commerce, which is exciting. It's provided a whole nother industry. We've got more information, civic participation, and an important thing will be the democratization process, because people have similar access, and as it becomes more affordable, then obviously more people come on as it gets scale, and it gives them more opportunity to participate and be part of. So it is democratizing. Obviously, on the reverse side of that coin, there are some negatives, and we see a lot of echo chambers where a narrative is going out and it's just simply being echoed, passed on, and this is leading to a lot of issues. There's manipulation, doxing, etc. There's some pretty bad bullying and stuff going on online. Obviously, the other thing that's going online is protectionism, where people are being prevented from free speech because their views aren't being accepted. But there's a fine line, as we all know. I'm not going down that rabbit hole, but a lot of protectionism is going on. People are being blocked, thrown off platforms, etc. Political polarization, which is part and parcel of this. There are a lot of narratives going out which is polarizing people, so into not just political parties, but socio-economic parties, black and white, all sorts of things, their religions, etc., which is really bad. So it's been used by certain parties for negative things. Anyway, hopefully a lot of people are catching on to what's going on there and aren't getting so hooked on all of these things as they were in the past and when initially it started. Other things to think about is access. So the infrastructure is necessary to have that access, and there are a lot of towers up in many, many countries around the world. There are also, as we get scale, that price starts to drop, and that makes it even more affordable for more people. And you've got Facebook, Internet Org there setting up alternate systems. You've got Google, Balloon, and setting up alternate connectivity to the internet. And of course, the big one is Starlink. So that is specifically for rural areas and areas that aren't covered now. But I would assume that at some stage it's going to land up in Tesla, and it's also got a global coverage, complete global coverage. So those are other things to think about. So when we look at this, you need to, think carefully. Is there an opportunity for you? Is there something that you could do yourself to achieve more income? Is there something new? Is there something you can add on? So there's an opportunity for these extra people coming on. Anyway, as usual, you can get some past episodes if you go to johnarthurharris.blogspot.com, and otherwise I will see you in the next episode.